Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before I jump into this video and start talking about anything, I'd first like to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button and leave a like on this video. That would help me out a lot. That would help this channel out a lot. But aside from that, let's jump into this video. Today, I want to talk about the Boston Celtics. Now, obviously, the Boston Celtics have been the best team, well, the best team in the NBA the whole year, right? Their best player, Jayson Tatum, is currently in MVP talks, and some say he doesn't deserve it, but I'm going to get into that later. Today, I want to focus on a team as a whole. The Boston Celtics, when you look at them, right, on paper and the way that they're playing, they clearly have the best starting five. They have the best roster in the NBA. It's a very well-built NBA team, right? They got Jayson Tatum, Haylen Brown, Jrue Holiday they acquired from the Bucks last year, and then the big piece changer was Kristaps Porzingis. They've managed to win over 50 games this year, and they are clearly the number one seed in the NBA right now. But what if I told you I don't buy them, right? I just don't buy into this Boston Celtics team. Now, it's not coming from a place of hate, although I don't like most Boston sports teams. But this team in particular, why don't I buy this team? Because the Boston Celtics, for a number of years now, have been disappointing. I want to take you guys back to before 2022, before they made the NBA Finals. Prior to that season, this current Boston Celtics team, well, this iteration of it with Jayson Tatum being the number one guy, had only made one conference championship. And that was the year that Kyrie Irving was on there. It was 2018, but Kyrie Irving was hurt and he didn't play the whole year. After that, they were a constant first or second round playoff exit, right? They were constantly in the playoff. They were constantly good in the regular season. Haylen Brown, Jayson Tatum did their thing. They were constantly good in a regular season, but they never quite got the job done. And actually, leading up to the 2022 season, where they made the finals, there were talks of breaking the two up, breaking Jayson Tatum and Haylen Brown up, because these guys had been playing with each other for almost 7 years now, and they had nothing to show for. And finally, in 2022, they broke through and they made the NBA Finals. Now, I think they made the NBA Finals because of their coach, the coach that they had at the time. I think the Boston Celtics will forever regret getting rid of Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka was the perfect coach for both Jayson Tatum and Haylen Brown, and the young guys that were on there, Marcus Smart, and everybody else were on there. He got the most out of them. He got them to play defense hard. That year they made the NBA Finals, they were a pretty good defensive team. Like, he didn't let anybody slack off on defense. He pushed them to their utmost best. And I think a coach like that is what Jayson Tatum and Haylen Brown needs. You don't need to break them up. They were on the verge. They were literally 2 games away from finally having it all, winning it in 2022. But unlucky for them, they were up against the Golden State Warriors. And you can never really just bet the Golden State Warriors out, right? They've shown that they can go the distance. They can go to the finals, right? But they quite haven't gotten over the hump. And I think had they kept Ime Udoka, they would have been even scarier than they are right now. And that's going to lead me to my point here, which is that the current head coach of the Boston Celtics, Joe Mazulla, who was an assistant, by the way, to Ime Udoka, just isn't the right coach for this team. I know on the surface, it looks like they're a good team and that they are a favorite for the NBA Finals. Actually, when the season opened up, they were the favorite above the Denver Nuggets to be the NBA champions. But I don't buy it, right? They are sitting at the top of the league right now as the first seed, and I don't buy what I'm seeing. Why? Because I think they are a good team, but I don't think they're built for the playoffs. Why? Because every single opportunity that they've had to show me that these guys can bang with the best of them, right? And the standard I'm holding them to is the Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns, a fully healthy Phoenix Suns and a fully healthy Lakers team, right? Those are the teams that I'm really holding, them accountable to. And then also you want to throw in the mix there a fully healthy Philadelphia 76ers team with Joel Embiid. They were really, really good before he got hurt. All right, the Boston Celtics might not have the first seed if Joel Embiid doesn't get hurt this season, right? And if you want to throw in there, if the Milwaukee Bucks can just tweak a few things, the Milwaukee Bucks. So those 5 teams are by and large, the favorite contenders for the championship this year. And every single time that the Boston Celtics have played against these teams, right? If those teams are healthy, they haven't fared well. They've had ample time to show me they've got what it takes. For example, this year, the Lakers literally went into Boston without LeBron James and without Anthony Davis, and they won. That just can't happen, right? They have lost against teams like the Golden State Warriors. Although the Warriors are good, they're not exactly the 2022 Golden State Warriors. They completely destroyed the Warriors when they play them at home, but then they lost the Warriors when they play them in San Francisco. And so flip-flop like that. They look really good, like really good on one night and then really terrible on one night. Despite the record, I just don't buy that they have what it takes to really make a deep playoff run. The way that I see it right now, it's really because of their head coach. Number one, I think Jayson Tatum's a very talented guy, right? He's a very talented player. And the way that he's been playing this year, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he won the MVP. Like Draymond said, he's in this unfair boat in which people won't take him seriously for the MVP consideration until he wins a championship. Now, I don't know who bestowed this burden on him, but Draymond Green, when he said it, was right? For some odd reason, the voters don't consider Jayson Tatum for the MVP as much as they really should. Because really, take Jayson Tatum and switch him with Nikola Jokic. Imagine if Nikola Jokic's team had a 10-game lead, almost a 10-game lead above the second seed in the NBA. Like it was the Denver Nuggets, then 10 games below them is the Boston Celtics. There wouldn't even be a question if Nikola Jokic deserves the MVP. He would get the MVP. But that's the boat that Jayson Tatum is in right now. His team is doing exceptionally well, right? And for the regular season, they're destroying everyone except for those 5 teams I named. And they're not really, people still think SGA deserves MVP over him. People still think that Nikola Jokic deserves MVP over him and Kawhi Leonard. And I just don't think that anybody else would get that treatment aside from Jayson Tatum. Now, another thing about Jayson Tatum is I think Jayson Tatum is a very talented player. Very, very good player. But I don't think he has the mentality of an alpha. I don't think he has the mentality of the guy that you can rally around. A guy like Jimmy Butler, for example. When Jimmy Butler made the finals last year, I don't think Jayson Tatum has the mentality of a Jimmy Butler. A guy who's mentally tough enough and rises to the challenge each and every single time. Evident in a finals. He shrunk in a finals when he finally made it there. Lights were too bright for him. Haylen Brown outplayed him, and when his team needed him, they couldn't rely on him to be the guy that they could rally around. Miami last year, they were able to do that with Jimmy Butler. Although they lost a really good Denver Nuggets team, you knew whatever it took, it didn't matter. Jimmy Butler was going to show up and he was going to play his butt off and he was going to motivate his teammates. I don't see that with Jayson Tatum. I see a very, very talented guy. I don't see a 1. And then the reason it doesn't work with this coach is for a guy like that, you need someone else to be the alpha. And I think that's why Ime Udoka and Jayson Tatum in the Boston Celtics worked so well. Because suffice it to say, I think Ime Udoka served as the alpha on the Boston Celtics when they went to the finals. Although he wasn't playing on a team, they really respected this guy. Like, they really looked up to him and they really listened to him. And I can tell why. Do you guys remember on the sidelines when Ime Udoka got into it with LeBron and he called LeBron the B word and he's like staring down LeBron? That's the type of mentality you would want on your star player, on your number 1 guy. A guy that's going to look LeBron in the eyes and talk crap to him and say, like, listen, me and you can go at it. And I think, and I'm going to win. Like, what's up? That was Ime Udoka from the sideline, man. And I'm looking at Ime Udoka. This was Ime Udoka on the Rockets. It was this season. But I was watching that interaction, and I thought, wow, I can see why the Boston Celtics, this guy took the Boston Celtics to the finals. Because a guy like that, he's hard on his players, and his players look up to him. His players literally play for him, and they listen to him. And he provides something that the Jayson Tatum doesn't provide to the team. A leader, a guy that you know is the alpha in the room. You know people are going to listen to. He tells you to play defense, sit on your butt and play defense. You play defense. And Joe Mazulla does not give that energy off at all. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Boston Celtics currently as it is right now. And again, guys, if you like this kind of content, you love this kind of content, and you want more, I'd really love it if you supported me and hit the subscribe button and leave a like on this video. It would really help out the channel. But aside from that, thank you for watching.